3% of sales are made on the second contact. If you call 100 leads for the second time, triple dialing, for the second time, on average, three of them that are going to buy from you. Okay. Um, 5% of sales are made on the third contact. Same thing. Third time triple dialing, through 100 leads, on average, about five of them are gonna be buying from you if you can get a presentation in. All right, 10% of your sales are made on the fourth contact. 80% of all sales are made between the fifth and the 12th contact. This tells me that by the third or fourth day of triple dialing each customer 3 times a day, at minimum, 80% of your sales that will be made are gonna be made within this follow-up time frame. I hope you guys are listening. All right, so remember how I mentioned nurturing the leads, right? So this is when nurturing and creativity come into play. It's going to help you touch these prospects in a shorter amount of time to shorten that conversion window of turning them into a client. Okay. So by texting the client in real time, you will take a 1% conversion ratio and multiply it up to 40 times. So I'm talking about as you have them on the phone or as you're calling them, literally as the phone is ringing, if you send them a text as you're calling them or the second you get them on the phone, your odds will increase up to 40 times. Okay? Leads that were sent 3 or more text messages after the initial contact are 328% more likely to convert on one of your follow-up attempts. I have agents who are issuing 10 to 20,000 with like a month, $10,000 to $20,000 in annualized premium. They're issuing this a month with a fraction of the leads that everybody else is getting who put up the same numbers. And this is why right here. We really, really, really stress and practice the nurturing the leads, sending them texts in real time and keep sending them texts. And I'm not talking about you hang up with them and it's, hey, Janet, send, thanks for the chat, send, love Brittany, send. No, like 3 separate meaningful uh, contacts through text. All right. Game changer. If you want to get 50% more business than all the competitors, even if their price is lower, be the first agent to follow up and you will get 50% of the business. This goes back to, what I said earlier about not sitting on your leads. You get them and you need to work them, okay? So let's see here. All right, can I get a lay down? All right, on average, 73% of leads at the time of their initial interest are not ready to buy. Remember, I mentioned those one call closes. Well, simply put, I mean, they're the one call closes are most likely not possible with 73% of your leads. Okay, that's just how it is. It's just the way it is. So that means only 27% of the leads that you get are sales ready to buy at the time that they inquired about the life insurance, which means they have the money. They know what they want. You are speaking to the decision maker. They have a problem and are eager for you to solve it, right? They're just ready to pull the trigger. That's going to be about 27% of the leads that you get, but you must still gain their trust and prove to them that you, one, understand their problem, and two, can solve it in order to get them to sign on that dotted line in that first conversation. Okay. So with the remaining 73%, it's not that they can't be converted on that first call. It's just that they don't know enough yet to make a commitment. So, it'll take a little bit more information and service to get them to the place of buying from you. So let's see. Oh, and just so you know, all these statistics are average statistics, okay? You need to know these statistics so you know what is reality and how far you can stretch that reality based off of knowledge, practice, coachability, activity. All of these conference calls that we do, the training courses that we give you, the virtual call center that we have available for you. These are all resources to help you beat these statistics. And we have a lot of agents that are far surpassing these statistics. Okay. Um, at the very least, just they're here to reassure you that even if you are on your eighth, ninth, 10th contact, with the majority of your leads, you're still on track. Like you're still good. You're still on track to be average or even above average. So don't give up. It's literally a numbers game. Okay. A couple more stats for you guys, and then I'll let you go, I promise. Um, all right, so 79% of leads will never convert if they are not nurtured. They will never convert if you do not nurture them. Because remember, only 2% of leads buy on the first outbound contact, right? You need to pay attention to them. You need to give them care. You need to send them texts, mail them a letter, visit them if they're close, send them a link with information that pertains to our company or one of their interests, if they've expressed any to you, if you had a call with them already and started building rapport, you know, anything to get in front of them, to nurture them, to let them know you're thinking of them, just create a relationship. All right. You want to create a relationship with these people. So the only difference between a contact and a contract is the R. And the R stands for relationship. Okay. That is what lead nurturing means. This is the best way to separate yourself from the rest of the marketplace. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me tell you guys something here. So, lead nurturing and follow up has resulted in a 35% lift in lead generation. Salespeople meet quotas at higher rates when they nurture their leads, when they follow up with their leads. Okay. We refer to it as your PPL, your premium per lead, your lead conversion ratio. Um, when you nurture leads and follow up, you'll meet quotas at much higher rates, and there's also a shorter ramp up time for brand new agents if you are taught to properly nurture leads from day one. Okay. So, like I said, when you nurture a lead correctly, there is a 35% lift in lead generation. What does that mean? That means that the company is more likely to continue advertising when the agents are following up and nurturing leads more efficiently. Okay. I mean, think about it. Why would they continue generating leads in high volumes if the agents are not going to nurture them and raise the conversion ratio? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Nobody likes when lead costs go up, right? So if everyone works hard to nurture the leads, then the closing ratio would go up and the agent would make a lot more money and the overall company revenue would also increase. So making it possible for lead costs to either stay the same or even lower. Okay. If you are familiar with business and supply and demand, then you completely understand what I'm explaining right now. We all really have to work together. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? So the moral of the story is don't quit on your leads. Be creative with your follow-up techniques. Get with your manager if you need some new ideas on how to follow up. I promise we are super creative, okay? We also have a follow-up guidebook in the resources section of the Blake Group website. Maybe Doug can drop that in the chat or something for you guys, or we'll put it in Telegram. So let's see here. Oh, when I talk about nurturing leads, all right, we're not only talking about the leads that didn't buy from you yet. We're also talking about the ones who did buy from you. Nurture your clients, okay? Especially the ones that you've sold. Why? Because those clients are going to take care of you. They're going to take care of your kids, your future. That's going to help your persistency. And when you build up your persistency, you're going to start getting paid through, the money that starts hitting you, your commission check every single month. You have to nurture your clients, okay? Either Doug or myself will be speaking on persistency one of these days here soon, so stay tuned for that. However, lead nurturing, follow-ups, persistency, consistency, these four things right here will lift your income, sales, commission level, and pay through, okay? How much time do I have left? All right, secret time. Who wants a secret on getting a 500% increase in lead conversion? The secret is for my Leads the Way peeps, okay? If you're not quite there yet from purchasing from Leads the Way, no problem. This whole call has pertained to everybody, mostly outbound dialers. But this secret right here is for the Leads the Way users, okay? All right. If you buy leads off of Leads the Way, then this message is for you. No matter what lead type you get, call them in the first 60 seconds after the lead hits, okay? That means if you get that notification or you see that lead pop up in yellow and you buy it, stop buying the lead and calling them later. Okay, stop doing that. Buy the lead one at a time as they come through and call them immediately. I'm talking the second you receive their information and phone number, you dial it. Okay, within 60 seconds, not 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 60 seconds, 1 minute, you guys. You get that information, boom, call it, okay? And your chance of making a sale, of closing them, is going to go up by 500 times. 500 times. I hope you guys are listening. All right. So let's see. Yeah, speed is vital. So the first agent to call a customer has a 248% better chance of converting the lead than the second or third agent does. And let me tell you why. Because 37% of agents or companies respond within the first hour. You're 7 times more likely to have a meaningful conversation with a key decision maker if you contact them, the customer, within the first hour, according to an MIT study, okay? Your advantage is not just nurturing and not just following up, but at the speed at which you do it, okay? And remember, in the first 60 seconds, your chances of closing a customer increases 500 times. You're gonna have to use a cell phone, to call them, or a phone system, whatever. Maybe use text messaging, an email, whatever you gotta do to do it that fast, but speed is vital, okay? 35% to 50% of all sales go to the person or company who does the first follow-up, regardless of price, okay? And I'm not talking about the first, contact. It's the first follow-up. So however many follow-up attempts it may take, the odds of you getting the sale over a competitor significantly increases And you will have the advantage of 35% to 50% of all sales if you beat the competitor to the punch initially. Okay, so speed, y'all, speed, speed, speed. All right. So with all that being said, let me see. There we go. All right. So recap: 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3% are made on the second contact, 5% on the third contact, 10% on the fourth contact. 80% of all sales are made between the fifth and the 12th contact. Okay, so ask yourself, how many contacts do you need to make on each lead that you get today? All right. Remember, while their phone is ringing, text them. If you're on the phone talking to them, text them. When you hang up with them, whether a sale was made or not, text them. Okay. I'm giving you guys so many nuggets. I hope you're paying attention here. Okay. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Speed to lead, don't give up, keep going. I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about. But no, get those leads, stay on top of your inventory, okay? You want to have a follow-up program, you guys. You need to have a system in place so you can handle your workload and your workflow to be the most efficient with your follow-up and nurturing your leads, okay? So here's another little secret for you. A CRM dialer will be available to all of you within the next month or two. Doug will provide more information on that soon. But yeah, if you're interested in that, stay on the lookout for probably an email or maybe he'll verbally announce it. I'm not sure yet. There will be a cost involved, but it's going to be extremely affordable. Like I think maybe $20 or $25 a week or something, which is insane for what this dialer does. I've already seen it and experienced it, and it is top notch. So it's going to be a game changer. But okay, I've kept you guys long enough, just a couple minutes over. So don't forget to put in those lead orders and don't forget to make today a great day. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for the nuggets,
Great information,
Brittany.
Brittany. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany.
Great
Thanks,
job.
Thank
Brittany.
you, Brett.
Wonderful. Great job.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Brittany. Thank you.
Doug, yeah, don't just wait for